Hey, I'm Brother Dege, sitting here with my buddy Staff Sergeant Josh Alexander. We're about to do a deep dive on a song called The Moon and the Scarecrow from the album Farmer's Almanac. This is what it sounds. Intro, just dobro and a kick.
Got to hear her cry, got to hear my angel calling, such a long goodbye. Hope the sound don't break me. Yeah, it all comes down.
Pretty bare bones, you know. Till about the chorus it starts adding elements.
But don't cry for me, baby.
Bass.
We're all out here alone. Who even knows where our souls are born, or where they may be gone, from on high to below. With the moon and the scarecrow, but don't let it get you down. The moon and the scarecrow, don't let it get you down.
So this song's kind of like a movie within a movie, you know? Conceptually, the whole Farmer's Almanac album could be kind of like a concept album about growing up in the Deep South. The good, the bad, the stereotypical shit of the Deep South is kind of inverted and flipped on its head. Some of the joyful stuff is actually, it's like the dark side of the Deep South, you know? And this song in particular is kind of like a movie. Like somebody kind of on the run from the law. I don't like to go in too strict an interpretation of it, but it's there's a journey there, you know, between the spiritual, the material, good and evil, your own expectations of what you want out of this world, you know. Any questions, Josh?
Let's start with, I'm pretty sure this is not the original title for this song.
Correct. It was originally titled Truth Be Told. That was the working title of it, which I'd had the riff around a long time, like the main kind of intro riff, this thing. Had different lyrics and kind of meandered around. I did a demo of this years ago where it was just like me beating on a gas can for percussion. It was pretty harsh. It was on a unreleased solo album, or a briefly released solo album I did called Love Letters and Suicide Notes in 1999. So the genesis of that song was called Hear My Angel. And then I reworked it. Songs are organic. They turn into different things.
So it was written a long time before the other stuff on Farmer's Almanac.
Parts of it were, you know, mostly this part. Essentially just the intro. I'll have stuff like that laying around, and I'll work it into I'll develop it into a song, and then I'll realize it's not the right song. You know, there's a lot of those, hundreds of riffs like that I've got stored, and that was one that just kept expanding. It was a 2.5, 3 minute song, and then I just like, I think it's a long form thing that doesn't need as many limitations as I thought it would. So that's why it's fairly long and has some movements going on in it.
How long is this one?
I guess it's about 7 minutes, something like that. Looks like it's about yeah, about 7.5.
Yeah, it's a journey. Right
Yeah, 7.5 in there.
So who all worked on this one?
Myself, all the band guys, Kent Beatty, Greg TRAVASOS plays drums in here, which are pretty cool. He kicks ass on it, actually. And if you want to hear some of that stuff, it's pretty... It's got a jungly thing that's got a good feel.
With the moon and the
It's buried so far down in the mix that you don't know that.
This is the Will We Go Mad section.
Will we go mad? Will we go?
Where he really shines out.
Oh man, come me in the dark, Lord. I hear my song and I won't know if you keep on coming.
Stuff's so cool. You know, it's difficult to play to my stuff because, one, we're trying to avoid the blues trappings of just dump to gump and shuffles and stuff, so we really spend a lot of time analyzing and trying to brew up something creative for the drums. And Greg's really good at that. He knows how to play to my shit better than anybody.
Yeah, without listening to it like this, I really wasn't conscious of. Buried in this little psychedelic odyssey is a call to war drum.
Yeah. Call to war drums. Good call.
That's what, I mean, this is like getting ready to go. That's good.
And this, one of my favorite sections of this song is essentially the song just drops off a cliff at about 2-3 minutes into it.
The moon and the scarecrow.
Just doing the chorus.
The moon and the scarecrow. And the falls all night. I saw the signs.
You think the song's over. I love how songs sometimes just do something that you don't expect, which is just drop into an ambient valley with these little noises and stuff going on. Just as all little like junkyard sounds from the studio. With the melodic, somewhat meditative slide part in the middle of it. Just in the middle of the song, it just drops off. Here you go. Like, this is where you're at now. Laying on your back in an open field at night. That's what it reminds me of. Hiding from something that's possibly chasing you.
And as it mellows out here, you think, oh, it's not coming. And then it does.
Yeah, then it goes into this other kind of crazy section where it almost sounds like I'm rapping. It's almost like the protagonist in the song is suddenly having to get up off his butt and then run away from the things that are chasing him.
Now I split my palm against his whispering cheek down in the dark cove. I fasted with the scarecrows.
I really like the instrumental section.
Ran with the killers and the cutters and goddamn.
love the instrumental version. Slide. Like a searchlight. Big broad slide strokes.
Searchlight's a good analogy.
Yeah, almost like helicopter searchlights, you know?
Crazy, do I live or die along the way, 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 way.
Was there ever a chance this was going to be the title track?
I don't know if you mentioned that to me or somebody else, but possibly. But because I changed this is one of the last songs to come together for the album. Because I worked on it a lot, went through a lot of incarnations. And so maybe not. But it definitely encapsulates, and maybe out of every song, it encapsulates the whole Farmer's Almanac album in one song.
Concur.
You know?
Anything you wish you would have done differently on it? After
I probably,
it's sitting for a couple years?
honestly, the section we just listened to, where I pull this vocal out. Sounds like I'm rapping. I'm not trying to rap, but it's a lot of words squished together. It just sounds cooler without the vocal.
It certainly sounds different, but you can get that on the YouTube instrumental. And these vocals, the delivery of it, it's fun.
Yeah.
As a fan,
Okay.
I don't want you to pull that out.
Okay.
If I want it out, I'll go get the instrumental on YouTube.
Yeah. They do have instrumental versions of these on YouTube that I put on there so that people can, you know, I'm primarily a songwriter lyricist, and but I like to put so much work into that the music is equally as intense and integral to the song as the lyrics are, you know? Being a songwriter, there's a tendency to just kind of like sit back and have the music be really boring and kind of typical, you know, West Texas singer-songwriter kind of stuff that you've heard, John Prine or whatever like that. All that stuff's great. But I try to make the music cinematic as possible. I'm trying to dress the lyrical content in the song with whatever the song tells me to do. And most of it's quite often it's cinematic in nature and not always really dense. Sometimes it's very minimal, like this, you know? But like minimal when I mean like these things. Songs just tell me what to do. And then I figure out where it's at, and I just try and catch the tail of it and go.